Okay, so this is a very special edition of, I guess, This Week in Eagles Hoops, or whatever you want to call it. But I'm Chad Cook, the Eagles basketball coach, and an old player of ours, Matt Miller, is on the Skype with us. Matt's a freshman with the U.S. Merchant Marines Academy. He's actually, with the government shutdown, back home in Houston for a few days before they get back up and running, and basketball practice will actually start at that time when he goes back. But Matt, thanks for joining me.
No problem. Thanks for having me, Coach.
Yeah. So we haven't even talked in a few months now, but we've been sending messages back and forth and things like that. So I know you're doing really well. Anybody who's your friend on Facebook knows that you're really enjoying things there. Like, some people say, like, you have to be a certain kind of person to really enjoy an academy like that. What part of it are you really digging?
The class is really interesting because everything that we do, we learn in the classroom is applicable in our labs. We have probably some of the top labs in the country. We have engine rooms with 20-foot tall engines that we can take apart and run, and simulators for about everything that we learn. So it's really cool to learn something and then go apply it.
Yeah, that's neat. I did a post on our website today about the Eagles, and it's a unique, a special program, and like I think I said in there that a guy like you is a very unique and special guy, somebody who has taken advantage of all the opportunities available to you on and off the court to access these just great opportunities, one like what you're experiencing right now. How much time and effort did you put in? Obviously, so much time and effort in the classroom throughout the years, but like even just once you did all that, just getting a chance to go to the U.S. Merchant Marines Academy and not pay anything to do it and get all that those great opportunities. Like, what was it like getting in there as far as all the meetings you had to have and the stuff you had to fill out and the papers you had to write? Take me through like the last year, how much time you put into that.
But it's a process. So there's a few different steps you have to go through. There's not only an application to the school, but there's an application to your congressmen and senators. So if you do well enough in the classroom and you have a high enough SAT score, then you write about 8 different essays to each congressman and senator. So I had to write to 2 different congressmen and 1 senator. And then then you also had to write about 6 more for the school itself. So if you get accepted by the congressman or senator, they go to an interview, and you go through the interview process, and they decide whether they'll nominate you to the school. And at that point, if they nominate you to the school, you become eligible to attend the school. And then the school decides whether they want to accept you or not.
Yeah, and that's
so
great.
It's about 10% of the people get accepted that try.
Well, and then out of how large is your freshman class?
Our freshman class started at 248. We're already down to 200 flat.
Yeah, right. So minus 48, minus 20% after about 8-10 weeks. And
Yes.
is that traditionally, is that where it stays, or is there another 50 or so that are heading out the door this year?
It will probably normally you drop about half.
Okay.
Of your students, so hopefully we don't drop that much. We'll see. We dropped a lot more than normal to start because there's some new curriculum due to new licensing requirements, so it's a little tougher this year than it has been in the past.
Right. What time do you get up every morning?
Wake up, it just depends on what time we have to go to breakfast, but usually I wake up about 5:30, start the day, get ready, go to breakfast, come back. We start classes at 7:45, and they basically go till 4 every day.
Wow.
So I'm in class 24 hours a week.
Wow.
Total. 24 total hours.
Yeah. And then so there's all that, and then one of the things I remember so much about you is just this one tiny thing. But I remember about a couple summers ago. You were in between your junior and senior years in high school, and it was like June 12th or something, and we were in the gym working out, and all the guys were hanging around afterwards, probably trying to dunk or, grab the rim or whatever our guys were able to do at that time. And you said, well, I got to go. I got to do some studying. And I was like, wow, it's June 12th. What you got going, man? I think you were trying to, better your SAT score at the time. So, it's like on the court, 200 shots a day, one time, two times doesn't mean anything. But if you do it every day over the course of weeks, months, and years, it makes you a completely different basketball player. And all that time that you spent not only doing that, but also doing, bettering your SAT score, reading books, writing. I know like math is a particular strength of yours. That all adds up to produce the kind of guy that can write 20 different essays and meet with two different congressmen and then go to school and get up at 5:30 every morning and get it done. Is that what you count on to make you in the better half of the people that make it instead of having to leave?
Hopefully. It's just kind of like what your dad would always tell me about, a lifetime of putting yourself in positions of showing up, doing what you need to do, you're getting practice, getting into the gym, sitting down doing your school, and then spending time on tasks doing it, and then continually improving. That those three things can take you places that you didn't even think were possible.
Right, exactly. Speaking of not thinking it's possible, so you go through all that process, I think by the time January rolled around last year, you were accepted to Merchant Marines, right?
Yes, I was at that point.
Yeah, you had written all those essays and met with all those congressmen. I remember you missed our first game last year because you had a meeting with a congressman, and all that happened. And then the way I remember it is the head coach there saw. I think you had been recruited at the time by the assistant coach, but then the head coach, Danny Nee, who's kind of a legend in the college basketball world, he sees some film from you playing against Gray Military last year, probably by far the best team on our schedule. And I think you had that game. I think you had 25 or 30, but they were really impressive 25 or 30 points. And Coach Nee came all the way to Augusta at like 6 a.m. on a Sunday morning, met with you and your parents, and I remember him saying that being an older guy who's been around for a long, long time, he doesn't make many trips like that, but he made that trip to see you because he had seen that tape, and I think he said he wants to win some games, so he had to get out and see that player. You excited about playing for Coach Nee?
Definitely. He's really looked out for me in the time I've been there at school and always checking in on me, talking to my teachers to try to get me in good with them, and just helping me out in the gym, just correcting little things.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed the time so far with him.
Yeah, I remember he said at the time that, he's too, I don't know if he said he's too old, but he's definitely not in the mood to try to make people who aren't right for the kind of place you're at to try to make them right. But once he finds one who is right for where you are, like you, he's going to go all out for him, and that sounds like what he's doing, with talking to your teachers and things like that. It's an easy thing to do with a guy like you to kind of go out on a limb and tell people that you're a good guy and worth giving the extra breaks to and things like that. So let's see, what do we have on our notes? We did a few notes before we started recording here. Again, I did the post about the Eagles and the special and unique program, and you're definitely a special and unique guy. I think the last day or so you said you've been catching up with the Eagles through Augusta Basketballcom. What do you think of the new group, at least on film? There's never been a bad highlight on film, right?
No, it's a lot different. It just looks like a longer, more athletic, definitely a lot taller team, because I was usually the tallest person until TJ came along.
Right. So, the tallest person older than 14, right?
Excuse me?
Tallest person older than 14 years old.
That's right. Yes.
Yes.
Definitely. So that was always tough. It created a lot different type of game.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, you guys, I think I texted this to you a few days ago, but when I went back and put a little video together to show you guys playing against that prep school competition, that older, longer, more athletic competition, it shows real clearly how skilled you guys became over the years. And that's you guys really, the fact that you were able to compete was a testament to that. Now with this new group, you're right. They are athletic. You know what I told him yesterday? I told him I'm halfway thinking about even playing a little zone because they're so long and athletic, kind of like a Syracuse type thing. So if you see something like that, don't faint or anything like that.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Now, so then the last thing, again about this last post about the special and unique program you see in there, we're going to go play at Ridgeview High School in this South Carolina Basketball Coaches Association elite camp, and kind of to get the special status that we've gotten, we're going to play as a team. Most of those all-star things you go in as an individual. They're letting us play as a team and things like that. And we're not even from South Carolina, and they're still letting us play. So, but you know the reason, because we've gotten made a lot of friends by really going out there and going the extra mile with running these leagues and having our website and highlighting the talent around the region. And so you were actually with me when none of that stuff existed. And, AugustaBasketball.com, are you the original author of AugustaBasketball.com?
I think you are. You created that first blog, Blogger Pro, where it all started out.
Back when literally nobody looked at it. Yeah,
we had like 2 views a day, and I think we were tracking our own views.
Yeah, that's right. But you, I'll tell you what you did do. You definitely were the first person to know how to edit the video footage that we had. Yes.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that. So when you folks out there, when you see that professionally done slow motion slam dunk type stuff, that's Matt taught me how to do that. So you can.
It's come a long way since mine.
Yes, definitely.
I have no idea what y'all are doing now.
Yeah. Well, we're going back to more amateur days. It's easier when you can just kind of do it with your friends as opposed to bringing in a bunch of heavy hitters from the production industry or whatever. So you would fit in just fine. How many hours do you think you put in over the years doing that with me? That kind of stuff.
I don't know. We've put in quite a few on the weekends, with some late nights together.
Definitely. And you wrote a lot of articles for us and held cameras and held iPads and edited footage and all that stuff. So everything that is Augusta Eagles or GAIS Eagles that is special and unique, you've played a really big part in that, and I appreciate that. I can't wait. When's your first game?
First scrimmage is we have 2 scrimmages, the 1st and the 9th of November. So that's when it all gets started. And I believe it's the 14th that we play our first official game.
Okay.
November.
Do they live stream any of it or anything like that?
They're supposed to be live streaming it. We'll see. All of our home games are definitely live streamed.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll have a viewing party or something when you get out there on the court. I can't wait. Have fun. Is Zach within shouting distance?
I can go see. Do you want me to go get him?
Well, I'll tell you what. Tell him I said hi. Tell him
I will.
I'll definitely get with him and tell him that he still has a spot on the Eagles if he wants to fly in to, like, when we go to Missouri in about 20 days or whatever. He can fly in and play with us. Megan can run with the girls anytime and say hello to everybody because you're in Houston. Those of you who don't know, Matt's in Houston now. The whole Miller family is in Houston. So we thought we were just going to lose him for most of the year, but looks like we're losing him for the whole year. But thanks for being with us through Skype anyway.
Well, thanks, Coach. Thanks for having me. Thanks for all you do.
Cool. All right, take care, and I guess, Matt, you know how we end these things. We'll see him in the gym.
All right, Coach. See you in the gym.